And now, Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner, here today with Sandra Smith, Kirsten Powers, Kimberly Guilfoyle, and today's hashtag One Lucky Guy.
Knows you're in touch with your feminine side.
Really?
Today. I find that to be really special.
I think I can handle the femininity's handled. I think I'm going to use my masculine gene right now.
There you go.
Well,
Flex it.
right.
Get it ready.
Meanwhile, a lot of serious stuff going on.
Now, I mean, we haven't seen a real warmth there.
Well, there isn't. But the truth is,
act more, but yet they think that Vladimir Putin has the upper hand. Shouldn't we do something?
the Democrats, or is it maybe the president?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. The president rolled up and talked about how outraged he is about Vladimir Putin and mean it. So how outraged he is about what's going on with the other women do their thing in their own district.
You're right, because that would help. That's going to help, you know, but the problem that I have with him is he's very quick to pull the ripcord out of D.C., go out in the field and fundraise, because guess what? It does. It feels good. For him, it's like a cow gone bath. Take me away, because people shower praise and like love bubbles all over him and cash. Who wouldn't like that? Right. But when you're president, you got to do the hard work too. And if he was doing the job better there and the people around him, with all due respect, the whole team, then it wouldn't be such a hard sell to the rest of the country, because his biggest concern, he wants to hold the Senate, period.
Well, you know where we are right now?
Snakes on a plane?
Possibly.
I think it was I can't even remember. But anyway, my point is...
Because he's a little busy right now, I think people would
And Biden's
understand.
a cheerful guy.
Here.
Me on this one.
Oh, good.
But from a business perspective, this company sought to protect the other passengers.
Right.
Didn't he present sort of a hostile...
Right. You're right, Kimberly. She does correct you. So I didn't know we were live. I guess if there was a live thing on the screen, I would have known that.
Here's what Southwest has to say. Harris, this was just a bad egg. Maybe the flight attendant maybe was just not acting appropriately.
Well, and I agree. I wouldn't disparage the entire airline based on this. They do a lot of really wonderful things. I now have gone through my phone trying to delete every tweet of complaint. Who did she think was going to sit with these kids once they got on board first, separate from him? It's all sorts
Kimberly,
of...
Hey, listen, this is free speech. Like, come on. Guys.
And Southwest, I guess, is a great airline, but I think that the reason this bothers me so much...
How many times they just go, oh, your flight's late? Why?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Or canceled.
No, these airlines have... Nobody wants to... It's a...
Film, I think in 8th grade. I think you're well adjusted. I back that up. I can only go so far.
Yeah.
So what about you, Kimberly?
I think I learned it from Sister Jean Marie at Lady of Mercy.
No,
I think that's why I wanted to become a nun after she gave me the talk.
I meant the Georgetown study. I didn't think this was going to be a biography.
I'm so sorry. Yes, well, with little Road Diggs, who never met a lady he didn't like, I've had to have somewhat of a modified talk already. He seems to know quite a lot that he said he learned at school.
Right?
He's 7, and he came home talking to me, so I think you have to read and kind of between lines, see if your children already are getting information somewhere else that perhaps you maybe need to supplement. And he seems to know where you come from and what goes on and how you make them.
I think if we leave Kimberly long enough, she'll explain us how sex works, and we just let you go. You're getting that close.
You could learn a lot.
All right. Could you imagine? Okay. Sandra, before we go any further, I'm going to name drop.
Okay.
10?
I will say, though, I grew up in a foster home. My mom was a social worker, so we were...
My time.
That is interesting.
Right.
Okay.
Now, finally, I said something interesting. What time is it? I got 7 minutes to the show's done. It's the first interesting comment I made.
You know, 12:53 Eastern, and you finally came out with it.
Finally. A little bit early.
One time after a heavy day at Chipotle, Mom, you got a baby in there? And I was like, whoa, you know. Right. Wear loose clothing after a big meal at home. Kids are innocent, they're sweet, they love babies, they love to touch, you know, pregnant women. Adults make this mistake, Harris.
So the next day is the problem, right? The next day they were able to leave and they thought everything was food.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
I think
so mean.
They got the last laugh because now everybody knows about this story. We're talking about it on the Outnumbered couch.
If that happened to me, man, my family would be...
It was the best thing to do for the shot.
And by the way, I probably didn't have a child.
Read the franchise agreement there. I mean, seriously.
Harris will after the show.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Maybe afterwards, they're more upset.
I'm looking for some transparency.
Oh, transparency.
Oh, now you have to watch Outnumbered overtime.
Yeah.
Where we scold Harris. Anything else?
My final thought is, I give Sandra credit. You put 2 implausible arguments together and act nation better. That was great.
Oh, wow.